Thank you. Kelly should have gone last, because now I'm a slobbering idiot. That's very kind. And I do love librarians. That's the disease I was born with. I trusted Daniel completely when Kelly approached me with this, and exactly what she said. She said, "This is dark." And I go, "Oh, cool, I love dark." I usually, if I'm casting something, I have to play a happy guy, and that's fun. But I love to be able to play dark. And then she said, "Well, it's Daniel's new book, just read it first." And the minute she said Daniel Kraus, she had me to Daniel Kraus. And she said it so much better than I ever could, that Daniel writes so beautifully, such grotesque things that there's beauty in them. The words you fall in love with and you can't turn away because of their beauty. So I thank you for that. And he is one of the nicest guys in the world, too. That's, I guess, the sign of a serial killer. You never would suspect it, but he's amazing. And I love my relationship with Kelly and Daniel. They're both amazing. And especially listening library, you guys are so sweet to me. So, I'm going to indulge myself. Some of my favorite parts of this story, I'm going to read two little sections. I loved Scowler, but I loved the unnamed three. One of them is a teddy bear that's furry. His name is Mr. Furrington. Another one is Jesus Christ, who is Jesus Christ. So this is for me, because I haven't read it in a while, and I love these characters. So here we go. Furrington was perched upon the foot of the bed, wagging his single leg in time with the music, while Jesus Christ towered above, undulating his elbowless arms like a conductor. Both figures were stunningly real. Motes of dust clung to Furrington's glass eyes, and shreds of cobweb swung between Jesus Christ's head and the ceiling lamp. They were finishing up the fifth and final verse of "Shall We Gather at the River?" Furrington on a melody that was sharp but enthusiastic, Jesus Christ making harmony with his magniloquent bass, which is what he would do. Furrington bounced, the bed springs zinged, smashing, simply smashing. Heavenly, Jesus Christ concurred. Blessings upon this house of worship. Why? The word slid from between Rye's lips, tasting sour. He reminded himself to keep his voice down and tried again. Why are you two so happy? The pair of shining marbles and the pair of white dots both oscillated his way. It was hard not to squirm within their blank, merry stares. Our joy soundeth like thine, Jesus Christ said. Does it not? Rye rubbed his oozing forehead scar. What joy? The pink face tilted in his direction. We have traveled o'er a long road, bore the hammers of much misfortune, yet bells shall ring, for we are home. Hark! Hark! Furrington parroted. Hark, hark! Oh, that's fun! Give it a try, old boy! No, said Rye. I won't. The stitches of Furrington's mouth seemed to turn downward. Just one hark. Rye drove the heels of his hands into his temples. Dried blood from his lacerated scalp crumbled into brown sand. The sun's going to come up. He spoke with utmost control. I'm going to help my dad get his meteorite. Then he's going to go away. And then you're going to go away too. Both of you. The teddy bear and plastic savior were frighteningly still. You think he'll leave, do you? Furrington's voice was innocence itself. Once he gets what he wants. Yes, Rye said. I believe so. Yes. And now that section. Section of the greatest character ever written, that's Scowler, I love it. And I'll lead up into it. It's scary, man. So, Scowler was born. He popped his head from beneath what remained of the skirt's hem, his underdeveloped limbs wriggling, his fetal face split wide. He took his first steps on wobbly legs, one bestial, one sharpened steel, 2 feet tall at the tallest. His head, that cone of flaking rot, tipped back, and the white seashell teeth, accented with Rye's red blood, filed past one another with the sound of shifting cutlery. Rye became aware that his own mouth hung open. He closed it, if only to shut out the hot brown reek that he recognized he could not quite place. Oh yes, he could. It was the bilious stench of the newly dehorned steers that marched through his nightmares, the air soured by the slather of wrath and the sniff of panic. Scowler's jaw snapped at a speck of dress, his first solid food. He shivered, his tumors jiggling, and continued to advance. The exposed metal pipe scritched across the floorboards, shaking an orgasmic quiver all the way into the cysts of Scowler's face. When his pipe leg crossed the metal base of the dummy, there was a celebration of sparks. Rye found himself wishing that one would land on Scowler and ignite. How blissfully Rye had forgotten the ecstatic, asphyxiated gobble. Scowler tottered closer, and Rye drew up his feet so as to delay physical contact a moment longer. A blast of hope galvanized Rye. It wasn't too late. He could tiptoe away, fold up the ladder, close the attic door, nail it shut. But Scowler navigated well enough with his teeth. He gnawed at the dummy's belly, pulling up tiny cotton hernias. He swung left, burying his teeth into a stack of magazines, uncovering tight-faced innards. He corrected his course and toothed the floor, flecks of pure white chipping the stained hardwood. Rye did not speak. Scowler might chew himself right up Rye's leg. "Hello," Rye blurted. Scowler lay still and silent. The head circulated like a satellite dish until the hollow eyes locked onto the voice's origin. There came a sound like the plinking of the highest piano keys, and Rye recognized it immediately. It was 100 sharp teeth, adjusting all at once. It was a grin. Scowler had been waiting so long for this conversation. He answered an email of mine and helped me realize even more what librarians are. Librarians are so important to children and shaping their lives. And there are many titles of a librarian. One is an advocate. You're always there for the child. Another very important one, you're a friend. You're also a counselor, you're a supporter, and it's very important. My goodness. What you do is very important, and I thank you for all of your selfless hours of dedication to my kids. I guess that's selfish of me because I have kids who love our librarians, and we see the sacrifices that you make. And also, especially to the Odyssey committee for the hours that you spend in listening to my annoying voice. I appreciate that. I'm very thankful. So, last time when we won for Rodders, I wrote a song for librarians, so I figured I needed to write another one.